Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, I think when people try to compare players, they try to take that player off the team and they add another great player to basically show you, hey, this guy could do the same thing because this team was loaded. He had this player. This player was awesome. Right? We hear that all the time. Like we always hear. Could Michael have played on any other team and been successful? And the answer is yes. That's no question. But the thing is this. Could he play with the Shaq? Could he play with Isaiah Thomas? Could he play with the Larry Bird? Because Mike, if he played with these guys, could he sacrifice certain things? Yeah. I think if Mike played with another great player who was of his ilk, I think he could have played with him. It would have been tough because, Mike got to get his 30, at least his 21 to 24 shot attempts a game up. So this brings me to what I really was intoing. This is what I was segueing to. And that is, I always hear these LeBrownie fans and analysts always say, man, if you switch LeBrownie with Kobe, he will win the same amount that Kobe did. Really? LeBrownie fans, let me ask you this question. Can LeBron play off the ball? Can he play off the ball? You can comment at the end of this video or whatever. You can comment in the comment section when it comes on. It's like, can he play off the ball? The thing about Jordan and Kobe is they played off the ball. They played off the ball. If we're talking about, let's say LeBron played with Shaq, prime Shaq. LeBron would have been giving the ball to Shaq. He would have ran a lot of pick and rolls. And in clutch situations, he would have been trying to throw that ball to Shaq. But here's the problem. LeBron couldn't play with the Shaq. And you know why? Because Shaq is, in my boy Detroit T's favorite words, he's a black hole. He swallows the ball once he get it. He basically clogs the lane. He's not moving from that lane. He's not moving to the mid-range. He can't move out to the three. LeBron played with the perfect center in Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Zydrunas Ilgauskas could not only stretch the floor and shoot, he could put the ball on the floor and score. He could score as well. Had a good touch around the basket, and he could rim protect and defend. So if you put Kobe with those teams LeBron had, that team, I don't know if they would have beat the Spurs, but Kobe would have got that game to. Kobe probably would have lost in 6 or 7 because that Spurs team was pretty good. And the defense that they had, they shut Tim Duncan and them down. So Kobe with the defense of a team like that, and then you would have actually let Eric Snow run the point because LeBron during that time was running the point and dominating the ball because he didn't know how else he didn't know what else to do. He didn't know how to play off the ball. Nobody could coach him. If they coached him, in the words of Uncle Frank, they were fired. You would fire those guys. LeBron couldn't work with Shaq because neither can play off the ball. They can't. Shaq has no skill. He's all power. And that's what Wilt Chamberlain said about Shaq. Is that Shaq uses too much of a physical force to put the ball in the hoop. That's not good. If Shaq would have developed his game, he would have had a longer career. But see, first off, if you put LeBron on that Lakers team, okay? First of all, LeBron would not have been able to mentally take a Phil Jackson. He couldn't take Paul Silas. What do you think he gonna do when Phil Jackson criticizes him like he did Carmelo? LeBron gonna shell up. Then they're gonna be looking for LeBron to hit that shot or make that shot or get to that part of the basket in the game to get them some buckets to try to close the game. He's gonna come up short. And then Shaq gonna criticize him. You think he would have been able to handle Shaq during those years? No. Shaq would have been hating, and that team would have been a mess. They would not have won. I don't even think Phil would have gone there. Because LeBron James, guys, he cannot play off the ball. If you can't play off the ball in basketball, you're not a solid player. You're not. You're not going to have it. Now, if Kobe was with that team in Cleveland, they could have gone to 7 games. Possibility could have won. Or they would have lost in 6 or 7. But Kobe would have taken off. Because you had Pavlovich on the wing who could hit threes. Nubel could come in, was a good attacker of the basket as well as a good defender. You had Vrajia with his energy coming in to get the boards, battle for the boards. Jadrunas defensively was good as well as offensively he was straight. Then you had Donyell Marshall. They would have actually ran sets. They would have been able to run plays. And with that, they would have won. Now, if you put LeBron on a team with Pau Gasol, then that could work. If you switched him, he could play with the Pau Gasol. Because it'll be a lot of pick and rolls and pick and pops from Pau Gasol. Just like he did with Ilgauskas. Right? Just like he did with Ilgauskas. If LeBron played with that team, they would have had to move Shaq. They would have had to get a new coach. Phil Jackson would not have been a good coach. You would keep Ori. You would keep Rick Fox and them. But they wouldn't be good. They'll make shots, but when it's big games, a lot of times when guys didn't step up. Now, D. Fish can hit a shot for you. But It depends. They wouldn't even have to worry about you, so they could cheat. So when D Fish get the ball, they could double team him. As soon as he goes for that shot, they could jump on it. The guy could press him, and then the other guy could jump over like he's finna block it and give him problems. So we have to be realistic when we're talking about this. Okay? You understand? That's why I don't like to pick players to switch with other players. Because how the team is constructed. Now, the later teams, Bynum would have probably been on the bench. LeBron couldn't play with Bynum. LeBron can't play with a real center. He can only play with a stretch center. That's it. He can't play with a real solid center. And everybody gonna bring up, well, he had JaVale and Dwight. Shut up. It's like that idiot on Ticket TV channel when I was on that live talking about, well, why he got Dwight in them to help with the boards. And to give him the ball back. But you see, they're gone, right? Exactly. He can't play with those guys. Now, if Kobe was on the team, the Miami team, Kobe, D-Wade, Bosh, that team would have went 4-0. Easy. And the reason why is Kobe can play without the ball, idiots. That's why. Then you had D-Wade, who was the second best two guard of that time. Then you had Bosh. Bosh and Kobe would have destroyed teams. And defensively, that Heat team was solid. You got Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant on the wing. Are you serious? Do you know how lethal that would be? Then you have a D Wade and a Kobe who can run the point. In clutch situations, no. So stop comparing these guys. Kobe could play without the ball or with the ball in his hands. And I don't want to hear this. Well, Kobe didn't pass. Kobe's not paid to pass, you damn idiot. He's a two guard. Two guards are paid to shoot. And I don't want to hear that, oh, well, Jerry West had 30, he had like 20-some, 8 in it. So what? That was his skill set. How many championships did he win? 1. Kobe's won 5 with the lesser stats than everybody. So this is what it means. It doesn't matter about stats. It matters about that dog in you. Jerry West, for as much or talented as he was, Jerry West, every game was putting up points to carry the team, to help the team. And that's understandable. Jerry West is the greatest or one of the greatest to ever play the game. And I'm not taking nothing from Jerry West, but Jerry West, when he got wilt, that's when he took off because he had some help. When he was playing, the Celtics beat everybody because the Celtics had talent, and then they had that guy in Bill Russell who knew how to break down your strengths and your weaknesses, who knew how to collapse on you or how to guard you from the perimeter all the way to the inside. Remember, there was no threes then. So you had to play inside all day. Excuse me. Even if you shot a long two, it was a long two. So the thing is, we have to look at everything in perspective. Kobe Bryant would have not lost. Now, if Kobe Bryant was with that Cavs team, let's say with Kyrie, they would have won that first time against Golden State, and they would have won the second time against Golden State. Now, the third time, if they would have got Kevin Durant, that would have been tough. I think Kobe loses that one, I think. But that'll be tough. And then Kyrie, Kobe would be able to play off of Kyrie. He would see what Kyrie's doing, and then he would do what he does. And then when Kyrie was off, Kobe could pick the slack up. Unlike this bum, he couldn't do it. So to me, at the end of the day, if you switch these two guys, Kobe would have success either or, whether he was with the Lakers or was he there. LeBron James, if he would have been put in a situation in the playoffs to shoot those shots, LeBron shot 3 air balls, LeBron mentally would have collapsed. He would have collapsed. And then LA media would have been like, why is this rookie taking this shot? Why is he taking the shots? LeBron mentally would have been done. Kobe shot those shots, came back to the gym, got better. LeBron is not going to do that. He's going to do his typical workout, which is push weights, push weights, push weights, more weights, push weight, take a allegedly drug boost during the middle of that workout. So, I mean, it's like, dude, you got to understand. Kobe Bryant was on a whole nother level. You can't say Kobe's not in the GOAT conversation or the one of the greatest ever. You can't. This dude won 3 with Shaq and 2 without him. Shaq only went to 1 and that was it. He couldn't get back. Because you know why? Because Shaq was done. He thought in his mind, oh, I could do this. No, you can't. You can't do it. It's mental. And Shaq at times lacked mental. But if I were to switch players, I'm sorry. Kobe would dominate in either place. They would not have lost in Miami if Kobe was there. They wouldn't have lost that 07 game against that Spurs team because that defensive team, that Cavs team, held the Spurs to the lowest totals in franchise history. In franchise history. Did you hear that? So we have to wake up and we have to smell the coffee. Okay? We got to wake up and smell it. We got to smell the coffee, man. But yeah. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you want to donate to the page, you can cash at me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you for listening, guys, and thank you for supporting the page. We are out. Live boy.